Forgot my backlight. Good morning and welcome. Welcome to my live stream. This is my 23rd month of doing this live stream twice a day. That's 14 live streams a week I do. This morning show is Fight CPS with your host, Bob Pace. It comes on at 8 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday, and then 10 o'clock Monday through Friday. My evening live stream comes on at 7 p.m. 7 p.m., 7 days a week. And I'm here to help you. Good morning, Bartley. Wow. So good to see you this morning. You rock, girl. You rock. All right. Well, I'm here to help you all with something called CPS, which I call the Child Protection Systems, abbreviated as CPS. There are lots of different names because every county decides to do it differently. Counties in every state have a CPS program. Congress in 62 mandated that social service create a group of social workers to protect our children, the children under the age of 18, to be protected from abuse and neglect. It's sad, it didn't happen at 62. We had the Humane Society for Prevention of Cruelty of Animals long before we had children being protected. We cared more about our pets than our children. For 425 years, we've been trying to protect our children. Since the early 1600s, there are records of abuse to children over the years. It wasn't too recently, to the 20th century, that we started to think about our children. In fact, it wasn't to 1978 that the ICWA, the Indian Child Welfare Act, was created to protect Indian children. Now, with that being said, they are our first immigrants. They're the first people to immigrate to North America via the land bridge through Alaska, through Canada, and they are called the First Nation in Canada. Indian immigrants are called the First Nation. And then they migrated down through the United States, south of the border, to Mexico, Central America, and South America. And then they branched out in the South Pacific. That's the immigrants. And it wasn't to the Vikings was the next group that came here to the United States, but they never settled here. They went as far west as the Missouri, far north is Nova Scotia, and far south is Rhode Island. The remnants of the visit by the Vikings, who were marvelous seafarers long before the European seafarers, long before they. They loved the sea, they loved to explore. Their way of life was different than our way of life is today. And a lot of people said they weren't civilized. In fact, they say that all people are not civilized. After the Vikings came the Europeans with the settlement of Plymouth Rock. The English and Spanish and Portuguese, and Dutch explorers came in searching of new lands to bring back things and explore. People love to explore. with all kinds of living, there's situations that come abreast, and one of them is how to protect our children. Because our children are very important to us. Right now, present day, we got a really corrupt child protection system. 50% is corrupt. The social workers, for whatever reason, are bent on power and abuse of not only the children, but also the family members, the grandparents who want to see their children, the parents that want family reunification. So I'm here to help you. Now, it's very important that when you come on to my live stream, that when you text a message, which is great, that's a privilege you have, that you talk about CPS, either a question or a comment. You can also talk about APS, which is Adult Protective System. Now, the Child Protection System deals with our children under the age of 18. The Adult Protection System deals with our children that grown into adults 18 and over, and also with seniors and elders. And it's about, their abuse later in life. But I ask to please state your first name. Now, a lot of you want to use names that make no sense or want to carry political messages. This is not a forum for that. You're free to talk your speech, but in a constructive and positive manner. No profanity and no details that are inappropriate for children. This is a family show, so it's rated GP. This live stream is GP. So if you're going to create a name, make sure it's a simple name. Doesn't have to be a last name. It can be a first name like Bob, Ted, Sue, Alice, Mary, Betty. But creating a name like Pink Elephants or Rumbling Rhinoceroses or, a lot of these other weird names is not going to work here. Because the last couple days I've been impounded by these people that I don't know what they are. They just want to cause trouble. This is a room not about trouble. This is a room about help. The 2,600 people I've talked to, either texting or phoning in, have asked for my help with their CPS matter, help to get their children back, help to hang on to the children, help understand emotion or a thing that comes up. Because number one, they can't afford an attorney. I mean, that's the first step you do when you get involved with a government entity, because especially when they're bad. You need to get help. And I know that attorneys cost money. We don't think about something called legal insurance too recently, I guess. I didn't think about it. It's interesting. We got insurance for life, we got insurance for our pets, we got insurance for car repairs, insurance for car damages, insurances for our home against damages from rain or water, earthquakes. We got insurance for repair of appliances. We got medical insurance, workman's insurance, state disability insurance, but no one thinks about legal insurance. Now there is things called legal, like Legal Zoom, which give you help you to do a will, or they help you with a minor legal problems. But when you have involvement with CPS, that is a major obstacle. Because when the agency is corrupt, they're going to take apart your family. They're going to abuse you and they don't care. They're going to lie And I hate to be saying that, but I'm talking firsthand. And also, the one thing that the 2,600 people, including myself, have in common is that that they've encountered what I call a rogue CPS entity. It's an entity that's lost control. It's very difficult to fight CPS. It's like open heart surgery. You need a professional that knows how to work on the heart. Well, in CPS, you need a professional also, someone who navigates and knows how to fight. And that kind of individual is a lawyer, and that's hard to come by. That's hard to come by. Now, as you write or text me a message, please state your first name and your city or county and your state. If you're from outside the United States, please state your country. I have right now 23 countries, including the US, that have either texted or called in for help with CPS. Countries like Indonesia, Bangladesh, India, up to the Middle East, to Libya and Saudi Arabia, then over to the continent of Africa, to Liberia, to Sudan, to Republic of Congo, to Rwanda, to Mozambique, to the provinces of South Africa. And then we go up to Europe, to England, Scotland and Wales, the United Kingdom. And then we have Denmark and Sweden. Then across the pond in North America, we have Canada and its provinces. We have the whole United States, all 50 states have called in or texted in. In fact, we've heard from the District of Columbia, where Washington, D.C. is. Then south of the border, we have Mexico. Then in South America, north of Brazil, on the east coast is Grenada. Then across the South Pacific, we have New Zealand, and then the land down under Australia and its states. So that's 23 countries, a lot of people. They all have something in common. They've encountered a rogue CPS entity. So please, if this is the first time, text me about your case. I like to hear about it so I can help you. Start with the knock on the door and to where you're at the moment. So that's how to text a message, either a comment or a question to me. Secondly, you can be a guest on this live stream. All you have to do is email me. That's my email right there, Bob P. No period, just Bob P. at vincentwdavis.com. Bob P. at vincentwdavis.com. And that's with the date and time you want to be on one of our 14 shows. You just put in there, I want to be on your Sunday morning show, or Friday night show, or Wednesday morning show, or Monday night show. That's all you have to say, Monday through Friday, morning or night. Now, my show times, I told you, are typically, those typical times. But this Sunday, tonight, I have a family commitment today. And so my show, my producer wanted me to do one at 10 o'clock at night. Now, that's going to be at 1 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. And it's late for other people, too, because it's early morning in England and Europe and Africa. They're 9 hours ahead of me and stuff like that. Mountain time people will be 11 o'clock. Central time will be 12 o'clock. And East Coast is 1 o'clock. Hawaii's before me, so it won't affect them too bad. It won't affect Hawaii too bad. But send it off to me, and then my show producer, Grace, will schedule and send you a link to be on my show. The rules are simple. There's no profanity, no eating or smoking on the show. We do not use the names of judges, children, or social workers. So I'm here to help you answer your questions. in a constructive manner. I would like people to be in here. Um, Hello there, David Hammond, and welcome. He is from OCD, South Carolina. Glad to meet you, David. And we have Bartley in there. I had to eliminate a troll who came in here and had the wrong name. I've had too many trolls the last couple days. I'm sorry, Betty. And let's watch the profanity, okay? I know that. It was terrible. We've been having trolls since Thursday, since the death of Charlie Kirk. It seems like a lot of people want to come in and cause problems. I have no idea where this anger comes from people. And it's sad out there that people are that way. I noticed this driving on Friday. I was run off the road. There was a construction up ahead, and they said the cars are going to one lane. So a guy who didn't like my car, or maybe didn't like the position he was in, was trying to race up on my back bumper and pass me on the shoulder of the road because he didn't want to be behind me because I was behind a bus anyway. I don't know what his problem was. But, 5 minutes later, we're out of the construction zone, and he whizzed by me and honked and did all kinds of atrocious hand gestures. So it must be the people now are very frustrated. I don't know what it is, but I'd hate for my show on on Friday and Saturday, obnoxious people on my show saying weird things that don't make sense. It was gross. And I spent most of my time on the show blocking them. And then they would call in, and I'd try to listen to them, but then they started using profanity and started giving gross details of something that was made up. You know it was. And when the same guy called it repeatedly, it's sick. There's a lot of sick people in this world. We shouldn't be that way. But it seems like we've digressed our people in this world. It is a terrible world we live in. Yes, we're lucky to have freedom here, but people abuse that freedom. And it was sad that an innocent person that was speaking about a topic deserved to be shot and killed. It was terrible. That isn't the first time that someone's being shot at. We've had a lot of our senators and even the president of the United States been shot at. Killing someone is not going to solve your issue. Professionally speaking up and engaging in a constructive discussion is great. That's what this show is all about. I'm here to discuss things. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Betty. You're right. Now I'm going to put my number up here, and I trust you guys to be professional. And when you call in me, make sure you just give me your first name and where you're located. And start from the beginning of your story. You either have a story to say or a question to ask. Ask me a question or tell me about a story about your CPS matter, and I will help. I have, the whole show to do it. The shows are 1 hour long. Now I'm half an hour into my show. Not a half an hour yet exactly, but I'm close to it. It's 8:20. I have 40 minutes left of my show time. And I do thank the emojis. Good morning, Christina Reynoso. And good morning, Dorothy Cook. Dorothy Cook and Christina Reynoso are part of the family as well as Betty Joe. and Bartley. I can't forget Bartley. They come in here along with Tony the Tiger, and Cruel does a dance. That's Felicia. Tony the Tiger is Cassandra. Tony the Tiger is from Montego, New York. And Cruella, who is Felicia, is from Oxnard, California. Christina Reynosa is from Las Vegas, Nevada. And Dorothy Cook is from North Carolina. So we have a well range of great people that come in here that have helped out this live stream. They've talked to my live stream. They've written articles, especially Christina Reynosa has helped out so many people. She works really, really hard. It's a hard thing to fight CPS. And I'm here to help you answer your questions and help you go through it. Now, one of the things that's facing you is you don't know about CPS, don't know what to do. You need to get an attorney. Now, I know getting an attorney will involve money, and most of you have not had legal insurance. Legal insurance is one form of getting an attorney. You pay a premium, and they step in and pay the deductible, not the deductible, I'm sorry, the retention and the hourly wages of the attorney. Now, so far, I've found two insurance companies. The prices range from 50 cents a day to $1 a day. So it's $1 a day. It's about $365 a year for a premium that, let's say, you have a DUI. Your child has a DUI. The attorney wants a $50,000 deductible. He's $500 an hour. You can use your insurance. Same thing goes true with CPS. If you're involved in CPS, you need to get yourself an attorney. They're specialized, just like a doctor is in open heart surgery. They're specialized. They're very, very specialized. I'll have to look it up again. Hold on one second. Besides Legal Shield, which has a protection plan that deals with wills, there's malpractice insurance for lawyers, and they pay between $2,500 to $3,500 per year. And there can be a higher insurance. I'm trying to find the names. Now, employers provide insurance. There's a insurance company called Nationwide, and ARAG, and MetLaw, and of course Legal Shield, but Legal Shield is limited. That's Nationwide, ARAG, and MetLaw. Employers, if you work, will provide insurance plans too. Employers have them too. You just got to ask your employer. There's Legal Guard, Legal Aid services at Nationwide. The Met Law, which is there's Legal Shield, Rocket Lawyer, Allstate Benefits, MetLife has legal plans. Allstate, what else? Let me see. ARAG, when you need an attorney or legal help. It will cover attorney fees for you and your family. ARG is the one that I got the quote. ARG. Look up ARAG Legal. ARAGLEGAL. ARAGlegal.com. There's Legal Ease, MetLife, Union Plus, Summer Law, U.S. Law Shield Emergency Still. Start your legal plan at $19.95 a month. MetLife, $22 a month. They're all over there, Betty Joe. I can try that. What's happened to my eye? I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing too well. Maybe my eyes are tired. Hi, Christina. Good morning. Christina has 3 adult children. Their issues are huge. Wrong by CPS, just saying. I'll try to have Felicia Cruz Renee work to do her by Tuesday. I'm sorry I've been distracted. No, family first, real life first, real life first. It's okay, Christina. It's okay. I'll try to send you, Betty Joe, but I have a lot on my plate, but I'll try to send you an email or text it to you. It's on the internet, Betty Joe. It's so easy to find. It's just that people don't think about it. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bob. How you doing?
Pretty good. And who do I have the pleasure of talking to?
Dorothy Cook, Alex Cook, whichever one you want to call me.
Yeah, that's right. Hi, Dorothy Cook. I'm glad that you're a legitimate caller. If you're the first one I've had the last couple of days, I've been having nothing but crackpots that want to cause problems in here. What can I do for you, Dorothy?
I listened to your show yesterday. Somebody sent it to me. And Mr. Bob, I just want to tell you thank you. And don't you ever be discouraged by anything anybody call or say or do on your show.
Yeah.
Because you're helping a lot of us. When I first lost custody of my child, I didn't have a forum that I could come to and speak out about. And a lot of people are not pleased about what you're doing. So it's not something that you're doing that's negative, that you're getting feedback from. It's something that you're doing positive, and people want it to stop. They don't want you to go forward. They don't want you to help people. They don't want you to be successful, but you are. And I just tell you, you stay encouraged because you've been through your own little horrific ordeal yourself, and you're still out here helping others.
Yeah, well,
so it doesn't matter what other people call into your show and say. You just hold your head up and you keep on moving forward. I haven't been around lately much because I've been doing some things of my own, but I mean, just the same. I do watch your shows or whatever, so, and I just want to keep you encouraged as well. You were ever encouraging others, but sometimes we need to be encouraged ourselves. And it's not because you're doing something negative. It's because you're doing something positive. There's people that don't like what you're doing, and they'll do what they do to stop it from happening, to get people to stop people from being interested in your show or to call in. So I'm just telling you, Mr. Bob, it's nothing that you're doing negative. It's something that you're doing positive that they want to stop.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us didn't have this forum that you presented and provided for us when we were out there. We didn't have nobody that we could come onto the show and get us no help or somebody to help us spread our word of the work we was going on. So as long as they can keep you silent and keep you shut up, then it wasn't a problem.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You opened the door for us. You gave us opportunity, and the most important thing about it, you don't do it by color. You got national. You don't care. Africa, whoever came from, whoever called in,
yeah.
whatever may have been, you helped us and you treated us the same.
Right.
So I'm not going to look at something and call something what it's not, because I'll be wrong myself.
Yeah,
and it's like I said, Mr. Bob, you keep your head up and courage, and I'm gonna get off the phone. So if somebody else that want to call in can call in. You be blessed, now, Mr. Bob.
Yes, God bless you, Dorothy, and thank you. I am so thrilled to death to have good people like yourself, and I appreciate everything you say and everything you do to help me in my show. When you rephrase me and help me along, that's really great. Oh boy, that was really an uplift. That's so nice to hear from Dorothy Cook. So with Betty Joe, who is a strong mother in Montana, Bartley, you are a strong mother too. Christina, you're strong, and Dorothy, you're strong. You four are great tonight or this morning talking to me on my show. Yeah, it is hard to talk with rebel rousers, people that are trolls that want to make trouble. I don't know what kicks they get because this is a very serious matter. Fighting CPS, and especially without an attorney, is a hard thing to do. I tried to. It interrupted my life. It killed my forever home. I had worked 45 years. At the age of 60, I got involved in CPS, and it wasn't until 2017 when I lost my forever home. That was a hard thing to. I had to sell my home. Why? Because I wanted my children back, and I knew if I got the best attorney around, and I hired the best attorney, Vincent W. Davis, that he'd help me. That he had helped me. So uh, it is hard. It's hard twice a day to do this live stream. Tonight I'm going to be on at 10 o'clock at night because that's what my show producer wanted me. I wanted to go at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but she said that was too early for my evening show. So I guess I'll be 10 o'clock tonight. It's going to be hard because I have a family function that I'm going to attend to, and I'll be tied up all day. And I was hoping that I wouldn't be tied up at night, but I will be. But I'll be here again at 10. But I'm here to help every one of you. And I know a lot of you are struggling, and you come from different backgrounds. Believe me, from talking to somebody in North Carolina, Pennsylvania, or Aaron in Tennessee, you know, Daniel Watt in Georgia, who used to be my co host, Faye Manley in Richmond, Kentucky, who's a very sweet, sweet person. There's so many of you. And if I forget your name, I apologize. But there's David Hilago in Santa Maria, California, fight his case. I haven't heard from him lately, but he hired Mr. Davis. There's Margaret King from Kern River, California, Kern River, fighting. There's so many of you that I've talked to, so many beautiful. From the guy in Alaska who lost his wife, who's trying to get his children back. He's pitched a tent in the freezing cold of Alaska to be close to his children and be close to the court to try and get his children back. You guys have gone the extra miles. I know that you guys drive sometimes 2 hours to do visitations. Visitations should be close. They should not be a major financial impact or an obstacle to parents. Social workers are corrupt. They are bad. And you're probably wondering why these social workers are bad or corrupt. I don't know if it's a power thing or they're discouraged with their job. They don't like their job because helping people is a good thing. Nothing wrong with helping people. Most social workers are paid a fair amount of money. But why this power struggle or these agencies will pay social workers bonuses? I mean, did you all know, and I've said this many times, that there was a law passed in 97 um, called the incentive law. Is another one that Bill Clinton did, where it said that if you get a child adopted in foster care, the federal government will pay you $35,000 for doing that. And that's paid to the child protection system in that county, in that state. So there's that incentive law. Why, they said, well, family reunification takes too long. Well, if CPS would do their job, it wouldn't take so long. But it's unfortunate the way it's reported. Child abuse and child neglect is reported by two kinds of individuals: professional individuals, such as doctors and nurses, teachers and principals, firemen and policemen. They're required by law to report abuse or neglect. But I found from my studies that 50% of the time they're wrong. And 75% of the time, the other people are the lay people: your neighbor, your friend down the street, the worker at the store, your family, you know, your in-laws. My case was my in-laws. They reportedly make up something just to get even at somebody. That is cruel. That is wrong. And they've unleashed terror in your minds. And that's what prompts you to have to get an attorney. So if you're not going to have money for an attorney, which I can understand, I had to sell my home. I don't think everybody has a home. If they do, they may not own it. But if you do own it, it's a sad thing when you have to sit there and sell your home to hire an attorney. And that I did. I hired Mr. Davis because I feel he's the best out there and wanted my family back together. Unfortunately, we got back, you know, of my 6 children, 3 were stolen. They were trafficked into foster care. There was no danger in home, by the way. And I did not know about the law, about my civil rights or my constitutional rights. That's my fault. I did not know them that well. I allowed them to come into my home when I heard, I allowed them to talk to them, which I should never have done, and allowed them to take my children, which I should never have done. If I knew that you get an attorney right away when you get involved in CPS. And I'm not talking about the court permanent attorney or public defenders. Those come later, and they're only if you can't afford a real attorney. And I couldn't. And I tried to fight CPS by writing them letters to the directors. I had meetings with the top dog, with the director with the director of the Child Protection Agency in Orange County. They did atrocious things. They lied. The people that work for each other lied. It's all a hodgepodge of lies and vendetta. And it's like domino effect. It is really bad out there. It's really bad. Now, I don't want to sit here and talk for an hour. I want you guys to ask me questions. Like, you know, um, Betty Joe asked me, what about legal insurance? What do you have there? And let me see if I can do this. I don't know if I have your email, Betty Joe. I don't know. Let me go to my emails here. Okay, Betty Joe wants information via text. Okay, let me see if I can find you here, Betty Joe. I know you're here. Here it is. Okay, legal insurance here. Okay, Betty, I've sent it to you. You what you requested via text. Um, Now, Christina Reynosa says, my son, when he was 7, reported to a police officer while in his car, Dad hurt him. He was ignored and lived with him until my son ran away. I'm taking that police report and more with 2 full documents of Orange County was a part of the trafficking in 1978. Now, Christina Reynosa says 2 Washington 4A redress of grievances. Okay. Thank you, Christina Reynosa. Now, I'm going to excuse myself for 1 minute. I'll be right back. I'm going to put me on silent mode and I'll be gone for 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry. I had to take care of a personal matter. Thank you. I'm back now. We have right now about 10 minutes left of my live stream. Um, uh, I just sent that off to Betty Joe, so hopefully she got that. Yeah, she got that. Uh, okay, we had another emoji, another care emoji from, no, that's from the same group. You guys are beautiful people. Um, there's important things to remember. Now, if you can't afford an attorney, you don't have a house to sell, you can't get a loan or anything, you got to still fight your case. But you're going to be kind of like trouble there. So, what you need to do is tell the court appointed attorney four things. You tell the court appointed attorney that you're not guilty of what they're charging you. It's very important. You just don't argue about it. Say, I'm not guilty. Secondly, you want to have the attorney impress upon the judge when you have your first court hearing that you want family reunification. It's very important to use the word family reunification. Thirdly, you want to follow the plan that the judge orders. The judge orders, not necessarily social services. I'm talking about the judge orders a plan. The judge is the one that makes the decision on your case. So you tell your court appointed attorney to press upon the judge that you will follow the plan. You'll sign it and follow the plan. If anything on that plan or anything on that piece of paper you don't like, you have the legitimate right to cross out, initial it. You have that right. And lastly, the fourth thing is you want to ask for visitation as much as you can with your child. Again, tell the court appointed attorney. Those are the four things you want him to do for you. And he will do them. He has an obligation. Now, he may not be trained in juvenile law, family law, or dependency law. He be only trained in criminal law, which is very limited in the child protection system cases and also the adult protection system cases. Whether it's CPS or APS, it is hard because you're dealing with an entity that is very corrupt. And you need that specialized attorney. Now, the court appointed attorney are hired by CPS, are paid by CPS, and are friends of the judge and the CPS attorneys. I mean, it's sad, but the courtroom is really sad. It consists of a judge who acts like a referee. There are plaintiff attorneys that represent social services, and then there are the defendant attorneys that represent you, your other half, your children, those attorneys. Then there's a clerk that takes notes and helps out the judge. And then there's a bailiff that keeps order in the court and hands the judge papers. He'll help you that you don't allow to chew gum in court and show respect to the honor. That's all there is. It's a very, there is no jury trial, and there should be a jury trial because leaving the thing of CPS family in one man's hands is terrible. It is terrible. It's all political. My case was wrongly. The judge was cahoots with the CASA worker, who was cahoots with the social workers, and they encouraged my daughter to divorce her mom and dad. It was sad. It was really sad. And it's sad when you have a family member turn against you. And she not only divorced us, she was told to change her name, seal her birth certificate, get a new birth certificate, and then she was told to get a second social security card so she can double dip from my social security. Sadly, she's 23 now. I've not seen her since she's 12. My wife and I are devastated by what CPS has done. They're not your friend. They're not going to help you. 50% of the agencies are corrupt out there. You just don't know who. I also have 5 rules that you need to follow. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I was saying goodbye to my son, who I love very much, very proud. He's trying to make ends meet. He's getting married, a big step. He's in college. He has a job. And I'm proud to say that, the 2 children I got back are doing well. My younger son, who's not quite 20 yet, comes up to be 20. My other son, who's 25. But I'm so missing my daughter. But I do need to end the live stream because now it's 8 o'clock. So I want to thank you all for coming here. And I'd really appreciate seeing Christina Reynoso from Las Vegas, Nevada, Dorothy Cook from North Carolina, who also called in and gave some nice words about me. Good encouragement. It is hard doing these live streams all the time. And thank you, Dorothy Cook. Bartley, I don't know what else to tell you. I love it when you call me and talk to me. It's beautiful. I'm glad to hear from you, Bartley. And God bless you. And Betty, who is a foster care mother who has adopted a young child who lost his parents, who is trying to get her niece, her brother's child back. I sent you a text message of insurance companies. Hopefully, they'll help you. Hopefully, they'll help you. And David Hammond, thank you for calling in. I mean, for texting in, but you never asked me a question. He's from South Carolina, David Ham, next to Dorothy Cook. So these are the people that have called in today, and I want to thank them, but I also want to thank my other people that may be listening. Felicia from Oxnard, California, Cassandra, Tony the Tiger from Ostenago, New York, Carrie Simpson from Burke County, Georgia, Daniel Watt from Georgia, Faye Manley from Richmond, Kentucky, Margaret King from Kern River, David Halago from Santa Maria. There's a lot of you. And if I forget your name, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of you. Please keep fighting. Do not give up. I'll be on again tonight at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please look at the note about the Department of Government Efficiency, which is called DOGE, and also Okay, it's all right, Bartley. Bartley is from Montana. You're 1 hour ahead of me. So it's 11 o'clock your time. It's 10 o'clock my time, and it's 1 o'clock on the East Coast. And it's early in the morning in England and Europe and Africa. Remember, you guys are 9 hours, Europe and Africa, and England's 8 hours. So, to all my friends out there, God bless you. Please listen to the short video that appears and copy down the information about Doge. That's something you can do at the federal level. Have a beautiful day. God.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the
last ones left, but